If you've been wondering which one of these two brand new high-end concealers is worth your cash, I am here to put these to the test side by side all day, do a wear test, let you know how they've been working, and let you know which one would be best for who. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Blur Concealer versus the Patrick Ta Soft Blur, very long name, brightening, and then there's vitamin E, something like that. So let's go ahead and see these side by side. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into this video, but before we get into this video, I do quickly want to remind you to please not forget to hit that subscribe button. That really helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you enjoy watching this type of content, please give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know to continue doing estos videos para ustedes. Also, don't forget all the products will be linked down below in my description box, as well as you'll see them pop up through the video so that you can check them out as I'm applying this product in real time. That does also help my channel out tremendously. But again, no obligation to buy through those links, just if you would love to support, I always greatly appreciate it. But you being here also means a lot to me. So muchas gracias. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the Patrick Ta side. This is the Major Skin Soft Blur Brightening Concealer. This one I'm going to be applying on this side of the face. Now, I quickly want to mention I do have full reviews on both of these concealers that you can go ahead and watch individually. I'll have them linked down below as well so you can check them out. Okay, so the Patrick Ta retails for $34 and there are 25 shades of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this right here. It's a very lightweight, creamy concealer. Once applied, it honestly feels very refreshing. It feels very lightweight. It's kind of like a nice liquidy consistency that offers lots of hydration that you can see right away in there. Now, I did pick this one up in the shade Medium Neutral 2. I do wanna quickly mention with this concealer, you do wanna let it kind of sit on the skin for a little bit so that it really does a good job of just becoming one with the skin and really working its magic, warming up so that when you blend it out, it all blends very seamlessly. So this is a long wearing liquid concealer, definitely a very liquidy consistency with buildable medium coverage that quickly brightens and blurs the under eyes and complexion. It's a medium coverage, it's a natural finish, and it's a liquid formulation. Some of the highlighted ingredients are sodium hyaluronate, which provides intense hydration and supports skin elasticity, vitamin E for soothing skin, moisture retention, and antioxidant protection, and tetrahexylidisyl palmitate, which softens, smooths, and supports the skin's barrier while enhancing blendability. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a brush. I'm gonna take this small Tarte brush and I'm going to begin blending this product out. Now, I do wanna see what I'm doing, so let me take out my handy dandy little mirror and I'm just going to start to blend it all throughout. I do feel like this product applies best with a brush than a sponge. Because it is such a lightweight product, I do feel like using a sponge, especially a damp sponge, will absorb a good amount of the product. So I would recommend a brush because I feel like a brush gives it that maximum pigmentation and it's just all going to blend and look very seamlessly together. So I'm just blending that all out and you can see how easily it blends into the skin. There's no issues of it like being blotchy or taking too long to blend. It also does look like second skin, very natural. I wouldn't say this is your intense full coverage concealer by any means. It's very, very lightweight, but you can see right here. Look at the difference between this eye and this side. The brightness is there immediately. Also, I already went ahead and applied all my other cream and liquid products around the face. So my bronzers, my blushes, my contours, all that good stuff is already on. So I'm just going in and blending this all out. Look at that. Very, very nice stuff. Now, this concealer does claim to not crease. I have to set it because if I don't, I will crease no matter what. No matter what the claims say, I will crease. That's just the thing. I have creases right here, so it's bound to happen. So what I like to do to really avoid that creasing is I like to go in with my tried and true One Size Ultra Peach powder, and I'm gonna be taking this powder, only a little bit of the powder, and just kind of blotching out the rest of it, the extra, and just going in right where I crease, so right on those under eyes. I don't want to use too much product because I truly don't think the under eyes need that much product, just to cover those creases like so. So we're gonna let that dry down. Now, I do quickly want to mention that this product, again, very lightweight consistency. Perfect for somebody that really does want something a little bit more natural, wants something that's going to be easy to blend, and doesn't mind not having extreme full coverage within a product. So I also do wanna go ahead and swatch this for you so that you can see how this looks. So it looks like that. That is shade Medium Neutral 2. I do quickly want to mention this does oxidize a little bit, and you'll see in just a second. Once you blend it more into the skin, it starts to kind of pick up like a little bit of a warmer effect to it. So just keep that in mind. I feel like you can really tell on the back of the hand, not so much on the face, which is a good thing, but you see how nicely it's blending. It does also have a little bit of a tacky feel. So as you're blending this out, it does kind of have like this like grippy feel to it, but it still blends out very seamlessly. So that's what it looks like right now. We'll give it a little bit of time to kind of set, and then you'll see that it does get a little warmer. So now I'm gonna go ahead and dust away this product. I'm just gonna take my brush and dust that all away, like so. You can see how nice that looks. Very flawless finish. Feels extremely lightweight, and that's something that I can appreciate about this Patrick Ta Beauty concealer, is that the concealer works really well with powders because it's a very lightweight formula. It's not thick and heavy, so it's not going to look cakey all around. Like, it does look nice, but the under eye does look very nice and smooth, which we love. And you can see the difference with concealer, with no concealer. Again, I do feel like this side still looks very nice and natural. It doesn't look overdone. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the next concealer. We have here Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Blur Concealer. This is a weightless full coverage concealer, and this one also just recently came out. We're gonna get into this on this side of the face. I've been using both concealers consistently over the past few weeks, as long as I've had them since I purchased them, and I do feel like they're both great, but I'm excited to see how they'll do side by side. Okay, so the Charlotte Tilbury one's a little pricier. It retails for $36, and this one, there are 34 shades, and this is a full coverage natural matte concealer. So the other one's just like a natural concealer, natural finish. This one's a natural matte, so it leans more so on the matte side. It is powered by Powder Blur Air Tech for up to 24 hours for creaseless wear. It's a quick lift effect in a tube. This is full coverage, natural matte finish, liquid formulation. It contains supercharged skin morphing pigments, preventing creasing and airbrush skin tone and texture. It has the Powder Blur Air Tech, which quickly minimizes the look of imperfections, pores, and shine. And it has that Phyto Youth Essence that has hyaluronic acid and squalene, which moisturizes skin for up to 24 hours and fights visible signs of aging. This one has a few more claims than the other one, but still, they're kind of both along those same guidelines as creaseless, also blurring, so we'll see which one blurs more. So I did pick this one up in the shade 7.5 medium, and this one has more so of an angled tip, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this right there and right here. This one also feels extremely lightweight. I'm gonna take my tried and true, this is the House Labs brush that I always rave about, and I'm going to begin blending this out on this side of the eye. It blends out very, very nicely. It gives great coverage right away. Look at that. I'm gonna blend this out a little bit. It blends so seamlessly. Like, even though it's full coverage, this is a very lightweight coverage. So it's true to that claim of how lightweight it is, because it truly is lightweight. This one also, you don't have to wait to blend it out and apply it. You immediately can blend it out, and it blends out like a dream. So this is what it's looking like. And this is before the powder. You can see right there the difference between the Patrick Ta Beauty and now we have Charlotte Tilbury. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of powder now and just set those under eyes. Again, I'm not applying too much or taking too much because I really just want to focus that powder right in the under eye section. I'm gonna give it a minute to just kind of set, and then we can move forward. I'm just dusting this powder away right here. And just looking at this up close, I feel like the side with Charlotte Tilbury looks slightly more perfected than the one with Patrick Ta. Let me go ahead and show you a little bit more up close. Do you see? I feel like this one looks a little bit more not as perfected as this side. I also do feel like the side with Charlotte Tilbury works a little bit better with powder than Patrick Ta Beauty. Now, it's not horrible with the Patrick Ta Beauty, it works well, but I just feel like this side just looks a little bit more perfected. Also, this side offers me a little bit more brightness than the side with the Patrick Ta. Now that we have both concealers on, I really quickly want to show you how the swatches look. So I still have the swatch from Patrick Ta Beauty. You can see definitely oxidizes, becomes a little warmer on the back of the hand than the rest of the face. Now, on the under eye, it doesn't look that different, but I think because you can really see a swatch on the back of the hand, you can see that intensity, which is why I think that maybe I get more brightness from the Charlotte Tilbury one over the Patrick Ta side. So that's just something to quickly note. Now, I do want to go ahead and go in with the Charlotte Tilbury concealer right now so I can show you how that looks, how that compares. So that's Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm just gonna blend that out right next door. You can see. And we're gonna let that kind of blend out for a little bit longer. This one does feel creamier, I will say. It doesn't feel as like hydrating or like as, I don't want to say wet, but almost that feel, like liquidy feel as the Patrick Ta. This one feels more creamier. It feels more full coverage, like it's going to cover things, but it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel heavy. It just feels creamier. So you can see the difference right there. This one is Charlotte. This one is Patrick Ta Beauty. I'm gonna quickly finish the rest of my look and then I'm gonna come back and we can officially start this wear test. Look, it's complete and we have on both concealers. Here we have Charlotte Tilbury. Here we have Patrick Ta Beauty. Can you see a difference? Because I can. I feel like the one with the Patrick Ta Beauty on this side looks a little bit more natural and just everyday friendly. There isn't as much brightness as I would like there to be, as opposed to the Charlotte Tilbury one. The brightness is there, and it could also be because the Charlotte Tilbury one is more of a full coverage concealer, so it's going to offer more color and more intensity to it over something with more of a natural wear. Both of them feel very comfortable. I don't feel like one feels heavier or more lightweight than the other. Like, they both feel really, really good, which I can totally appreciate. But we have them on side by side. Right now, it is 8:38 in the morning. So we're getting an early start this morning to this wear test. We're gonna wear these for the entire day. We're gonna see if these are really, you know, gonna go head to head. So this again is Charlotte Tilbury. You can see what that looks like. And then this side right here is Patrick Ta Beauty. Now, I do also want to show the swatches. So on this side right here, we have Patrick Ta Beauty, and then right here we have the Charlotte Tilbury one. Like I said, the Patrick Ta Beauty starts off a little bit more brightening and then it kind of goes on more warm. So just keep that in mind, because I do feel like that one does oxidize a little bit more than the Charlotte Tilbury one. I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury one stays more true to its tone. So that's what we have on there. I will have the details on the rest of the makeup down below in my description box in case you're curious on the products that I'm using. But let's just get into this wear test, because I'm very excited to see which one I would recommend for who. Bonitas, here's an in natural lighting clip of the two concealers. This is Patrick Ta, definitely creasing. And this is Charlotte Tilbury, also creasing a little bit, but not as much as Patrick Ta. Now, right now it is like 1 p.m. So this is what we look like in natural light. Let me know your thoughts. But it is 8:04 p.m. 8:05 p.m. and I have my glasses on because my contacts were just getting super foggy. So I'm gonna take my glasses off real quick just so you can see these under eyes. So on this side we have the Charlotte Tilbury concealer. And then on this side, we have the Patrick Ta concealer. So let's talk about these concealers, this battle of the concealers. So let's first start off with this side. So this side has a little bit of creasing, nothing severe with the Charlotte Tilbury. Yes, a little bit of creasing, but I also do appreciate the fact that it stayed really nice, matte and in place, as you can see right there. Now, we need to talk about the Patrick Ta Beauty Concealer, because here, there is a lot of creasing, a lot of creasing. And I mean, the creasing really stands out on this side. So I have to say, and like I've said in my short reviews, my long reviews, the Patrick Ta one I think is beautiful if you don't have to use powder, if you don't have creasing, if you like something super hydrating, I think you will really enjoy the Patrick Ta concealer. Now, if you have a lot of creasing you need to set, I don't think this is the concealer for you. I think this is something you can absolutely pass on, because the creasing on this one, is pretty bad by the end of the day. Again, am I saying this is a bad concealer? No, I think it performs very beautifully. It blends out really nicely, very seamlessly. It looks very hydrating when you apply it on. I think it's a really nice lightweight concealer. It's just not good for the person who has creasing. If you have creasing, it's going to be a no-go for you. I also will say this formula does oxidize, so just keep that in mind. I think this will be best suited to go maybe a shade lighter than what you would think you are, because I think that will be just right, especially if you do want brightening out of this concealer. So that would be my thoughts on this. Definitely for somebody that doesn't really crease, somebody that wants hydration, I think you'll enjoy this. Now, for somebody that wants full coverage without feeling thick, heavy, and cakey, I think the Charlotte Tilbury will be really nice. Now, like I mentioned, I crease no matter what. I have very creasy under eyes, but I'm very impressed that this wasn't that much creasing. It was little creasing, which for me is a big deal, because the last thing I need is to get something like this. So I would say if you are looking for a full coverage concealer, if you want more so of a soft matte formula, I think you'll really enjoy this one by Charlotte Tilbury. I think it's great. It also gives more brightness in my opinion, and if you're around my complexion, I would recommend the shade 7.5 medium. So overall, I would say for more natural everyday wear, no powder, no creasing, Patrick Ta. For more full coverage person who wants a soft matte finish, who needs a little bit of powder and it lays well with the powder, I think you'll really love this. But also if you don't want too much creasing, I think you'll enjoy this too. Now, do I think this is a completely crease proof formula? Absolutely not, because you're seeing a little bit of creasing here. But I do think for the more full coverage person, for the person who wants less creasing than something like this, I would go with this. So that's who I would recommend each one of these to. I hope that this review was super helpful for Mis Bonitas. I really wanted to bring you an in-depth wear test on these two products side by side, especially because they are new products. Let me put my glasses on, because I'm like, what am I, like, I can barely see. They are new products, so I want to make sure that I'm bringing you the most informative, descriptive review, so that when you go shop, you know which one to look for. So hopefully this was helpful, Bonitas. Let me know down below which one you would check out. Who won this battle of the concealers for you? Was it Charlotte Tilbury or was it Patrick Ta Beauty? Let a girl know, because I'm very intrigued. So that being said, Bonitas, muchas gracias. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That helps this channel continue to grow, our Bonita familia grow. And with that being said, I'll be seeing you very soon. So don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. Y nos vemos pronto. Adiós.